guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Shimli and today I am filming a book recommendation video on my channel. This is the first time I am filming a book recommendation video, and as you can see I have this little pile of books and I also have this pile of books. But if you are a beginner or if you do not read books, I think आपको ये सारे इतने जो books दिख रहे हैं आपको बहुत ज़्यादा लगेंगे. But I want to fill my room with books, so
yes, I have a long way to go.
So I have around 10-11 books with me. Also, I want to mention that in this video, you won't find non-fiction books, motivational books recommendation in this video. You will find only fiction books because मैंने सोचा कि non-fiction books तो सारे recommend करते ही हैं, and I usually do not read non-fiction books. मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ कभी-कभी, but I mostly read fiction books because I am a delulu girl. and मुझे पसंद है डिल्यूजन में रहना. स्टार्टिंग विथ दी अगली लव. ये राइटर भी बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलर है. अगर इफ यू आर अ पिंटरेस्ट गर्ली, आपने वो पिंक कलर की बुक्स तो देखी होगी, द इट एंड्स विद अस. या इट एंड्स विद अस. इट्स ये बुक मेरे सामने ही रखी हुई है, बट दैट बुक आई रेड ड्यूरिंग द पैंडेमिक एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट बुक एक्चुअली आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग अगेन. दो मैं ज्यादा बुक नहीं पढ़ती थी, बट स्टिल मैंने थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ा था. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट बुक दैट आई रेड इन 2023, दो आई डिडंट लाइक द बुक एंड मुझे सही में याद भी नहीं है इस बुक की स्टोरी क्या है. आई डिड नॉट लाइक द बुक, इसीलिए मुझे याद नहीं है. प्लीज नॉट hate me because मैं भूल गई हूँ इस बुक की स्टोरी. एंड it took me around a month or maybe more than a month to complete this one book, and this is a small book around 300 pages, but since I was not liking the story, मुझे बहुत टाइम लगा ये खत्म करने में. and if you ask me, I will not recommend this book. Moving to the next book, I actually started reading a series which is the Twisted series by Anna Wong. So once I completed reading Ugly Love, I went on Instagram and Pinterest to look for book recommendations. So इस series में 4 books है, but I've read 3 books from this series. I am yet to read the last book, which I'll do in 2024. And while I was on Instagram, I found many cool bookstagram accounts जो recommend कर रहे थे ये books, and actually that is the reason I got into reading again this year. So I'm very thankful to Instagram. This is again a very popular series, revolves around 4 girls and 4 boys. The boys are billionaires, and the first book of the series is this one, Twisted Love, and then we have Twisted Games, and the third book we have is Twisted Hate. And apart from these 3 books, we have another book which I think is Twisted Lies. I'm not sure. I'll insert the picture here of the 4th book, and if you ask me which one was my favorite, I know सब बोलते हैं कि उनकी favorite है Twisted Games, which was my favorite as well. But then I read Twisted Hate and I started relating to the character Jules a lot. I love Jules. She is like me. She's careless. I love her a lot and I love Jules. इस book में मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे ना मेरे छोटे मोटे एनोटेशंस भी करे, आपको दिखाई देगा यहाँ पे मैंने हाईलाइट भी किया है. So after completing the Twisted series, no, not completing the Twisted series, after reading 3 books from the Twisted series, I started reading this again popular book, which is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This book, I think there will be a Netflix series. I'm not sure. I don't know how to talk about books without
Giving spoilers.
So the story of the book revolves around a bisexual woman who is also a very popular Hollywood actress, and it talks about her relationship blunders जो हम करते ही रहते हैं. It talks about her relationship blunders, her bad decisions, and how she ends up being alone, or how she goes on top and then hits rock bottom. And the story is very inspiring. So if you are looking for a different kind of story, you can read this book. I like to mention that this is not a beginner friendly book. So if you are just starting to read books, you might not like this book. So the next book that I have with me is again a very popular Pinterest book, which is The Normal People by Sally Rooney. So very thin book, बहुत ही पतली सी book है. But I did not like the story. Honestly, this book was very slow for me. I also think कि ये book मुझे फिर से पढ़नी चाहिए because this is a cult favorite book, and I'm very shocked that I did not like the book. Also, there's a BBC series इस book के बारे में, and trust me, I watched the series as well while I was reading this book. But somehow I did not like the series as well, and I'm shocked कि मुझे वो series भी क्यों नहीं पसंद आई. So I think I honestly need to read this book again. I don't know what else to say about this book. This is again a bestseller book, but I did not like the book. So I need to read this book again. I'll give this book another chance. And yes, so this will be in my 2024 TBR as well. The next book with me, I have with me The Anxious People. This book I know is not very popular, but there's a Netflix series with the same name, and I have watched the series. I love the book. I love the series. This is not a beginner friendly book. इस राइटर का एक और बुक है, A Man Called Ove, जिसका एक Netflix series है, A Man Called Otto. I haven't read the book, but I watched the Netflix movie, A Man Called Otto, and I loved it. So I plan on reading the book as well. ये story बहुत ही अलग है. It talks about many different characters जो stuck हो जाते हैं एक building में. Talks about different human emotions, which I liked a lot. This is not a romance novel, so if you are looking for a romance novel recommendation, this book is not for you. Moving to the next book that I read in 2023 is this one, The Archer's Voice. This is again a very popular Pinterest and Instagram book, and it talks about a deaf boy. It is a very small town cute romance novel. If you are a beginner, you might like this book, and Pinterest में आपको बहुत सारे pins मिल जाएंगे. There are actual Spotify playlists regarding this book. So there's a lot of family drama in this book. So the next book is again a very popular Pinterest book, which is Love Hypothesis. It is written by Ali Hazelwood. I loved this book. I mean, मैंने बहुत सारे reels देखे हैं इस book के बारे में. And if you are into science, which I am not, इस book में you will find many scientific terms जो मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आया. I actually had to Google some. But if you are into science and if you love scientific stuffs, so you will love this book. It is again a small town romance, focuses on the fact that how women can explore the world of science and how they can also do well. And in this book, the main character's name is Adam, who is a professor, and the story revolves around a professor and a student. Yes, so you will find many academic things in this book. Now moving to the last book that I just finished reading 2-3 दिन पहले is this book by Sarah J. Maas, and I am in love with the world of fairies, wolves, magic. I love everything. So this is the first book of the series. इस series में और भी 3-4 books हैं which I will be reading in 2024 for sure. I want to finish the entire series of this book. If you have reached the end of this book recommendation video, आपने देखा है कि मैंने starting किया था with romance novel and फिर मैंने और ज़्यादा explore करा कुछ books. I wanted to start reading fantasy books, so this is the first fantasy book I have with me. So there are a lot of fantasy books that I want to read in 2024, but before reading this book I listened to an audiobook which is Divine Rival, and honestly I want the book Divine Rival with me in hand. मुझे physical copy चाहिए, and that is my one of the favorite books. Not actually one of the favorite book, that is the favorite book that I read in 2023. I loved the book. एंड मुझे वो बुक खत्म करने के बाद, वो ऑडियो बुक खत्म करने के बाद पता चला कि देयर इज अनदर पार्ट ऑफ द सीक्वल ऑफ द बुक, सो आई विल रीड दैट एज वेल. बट बिफोर दैट आई वांट टू गेट द ओरिजिनल डिवाइन राइवल बुक. And yeah, so with that, we have reached the end of this video. Here are all the books that I've read in 2023. Yeah, I know it is not a lot of books, but I plan on reading a lot book in 2024. And I will be sharing about the books that I'm reading in my vlogs. I will be talking a lot about books in 2024. So if you are into books, or if you want to watch regular videos, regular vlogs, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Tab tak ke liye tata, bye bye, take care.